it's Monday. Let's go over the workouts. So for our strength and sort of a skill today, we are starting with a 10-minute EMOM, alternating each minute. So on the evens, we are going to start with 10 to 15 seated strict press. So here we're going to be on the floor, seated, just to really isolate that overhead movement. We have our weights. I'm demonstrating with 2 dumbbells, but using whatever weight you can find. If you only have one, maybe you only have 1 kettlebell, that's a good weight. You can do like 8 to 10 on one side, then switch 8 to 10 on the other side. So here, I'm seated, legs straight, sitting up nice and tall, so that's important here. We don't want to be leaning back like that. Sitting up tall, and then just strict press. 10 to 15. If you feel like when your legs are straight out, you're not able to sit up as tall, maybe your hamstrings are tight, you're feeling like you have to lean back, you can widen your legs a little bit, that can help. You can also put your back against something, against a wall, against a couch, that'll help a little bit too. If you still feel like that's just too uncomfortable, you can do them standing, totally fine. 10 to 15 of those, resting for the rest of the minute. And then on the odd minutes, doing inversion practice. So this, again, is still kind of up to you of what you want to practice. You can do them against the wall, standing, shoulder taps, freestanding shoulder taps. You can work on handstand push-ups if you want, doing a couple of those. You can also do just plank shoulder taps. So here, working on really pushing through that ground each time, so really pushing through that ground here, not letting your shoulder fall. Taps like that. You can do a downward dog, and same thing, shoulder taps, which is still an inversion practice. So real nice downward dog. Same thing, shoulder taps here, really pressing through the ground here. Okay? Whatever inversion practice you want. 30 seconds of that, rest, going back to the strict press. After that, get a little bit of rest, and then we'll go to our MetCon, which is kind of like a pyramid, starting with 50 weighted lunges. So for that, using whatever weight you have. If, as you're going, you're thinking 2 dumbbells or whatever weight you have is too much, you can switch it, just use 1 dumbbell, use no weight. So here, normal weighted lunges. Hi, Greg. Okay. After that, doing alternating dumbbell hang, clean, and jerk. So for the hang on these, we only have 1 object, unless you're using a sandbag or an odd object where you need to use both hands. Alternating sides, not touching the floor on these. So just right here, a little dip, clean, and jerk overhead. Alternate other side, clean, jerk. Don't need to touch the floor here. 30 total. After that, going to 50 goblet squats. So for these, same thing, just 1 weight, and that should be plenty of weight. You don't really need 2 goblet squats. Just 50 of those. Then going back down with 30 clean and jerks. Don't need to touch the floor. Finishing off with 50 reverse lunges. Same thing, whichever weight you need. Okay? For the body weight option, we're just finding an odd object, just like we have before. Doing the same thing with lunges, ground to overhead. So for those ones, depending on the object you have, you can touch the floor each time. Just get it to your shoulder, get it overhead. And then squats, just like normal with your weight. And then that should be good, finding an odd object around the house. If you have any questions, let us know.